The Mayan people of Central America achieved extraordinary intellectual and artistic heights during the classic period of their great civilization. The Maya civilization was an ancient Native American culture and one of the most advanced civilizations in the Western Hemisphere. They resided in the region that is now eastern and southern Mexico, Belize, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. Their civilization was based on agriculture. Maya were highly advanced on the scientific front, specializing in the art and mathematics, that is timekeeping. This arose from the necessity of accurately regulating the maize cycle. They created a pair of interlocking calendars used for the scheduling of ceremonies. Two geared wheels meshed together at one point along the rim, with the glyphs for days of the sun calendar on one wheel and the glyphs for days of the sacred almanac on the other. Each day, the wheels were turned by one gear. Mayan astronomy was state-of-the-art for its time. Astronomers facilitated powerful calculations, finding the day of the week of a calendar date many thousands of years in the past or future. They developed a complex system of hieroglyphic writing with which they recorded astronomical observations, calendrical calculations, and historical genealogical information. Mayan hieroglyphs were an aggregate of glyphs representing complete words and glyphs representing sounds. Perhaps most amazing of all was the legacy of art and architecture that the Maya left behind. Very few paintings remain today, due mostly to the damp and tropical climate of Central America. Depicted in the lifelike scenes was everyday Mayan life, military campaigns, sacrifices, and even celebration. Mayan art was created to glorify the gods, and if a painter made a careless mistake in depicting a deity, he would very likely find himself on the sacrificial altar. Perhaps most amazing of all was the architecture of the Maya. A great example is the Great Pyramid of Kukulkan. The Mayans were polytheistic, believing in many gods and goddesses. 4 chalks were the rain gods, each with their own color and cardinal direction. Ixtab was the goddess of suicide, for it was believed that all suicides went to a special heaven. Hunabku was the chief god and the creator of the world. He was considered too holy to worship. Yumkax was the deity of maize, close to common people. To please the gods, they made many sacrifices. These ceremonial sacrifices took place at the altars in the temples atop the stone pyramids. The pyramids were considered to be the resting place of the god. Offerings were presented to the gods, including corn, fruit, game, or blood, by piercing the lips, tongue, or genitals. When the Maya wanted a major favor, they offered the gods human sacrifice: children, slaves, or prisoners of war. The victim was ceremonially painted blue and killed atop of the pyramid. Methods of sacrifice ranged from ceremonial evisceration to being shot full of arrows to having the chest cut open and heart removed by the priest as an offering. Sometimes, captured rulers were ceremonially sacrificed through decapitation. In the 8th and 9th centuries AD, Maya culture went into decline, with most of the cities of the central lowlands abandoned. Detailed monumental inscriptions virtually disappeared. This decline was due to an assortment of reasons. The land probably lost its fertility, yielding nothing to the farmers who toiled on its soil. And when the Spanish conquistadors arrived on the shores of the Yucatan, the Mayans were heavily divided, turned inwards and against each other. It was the ultimate aim of the Spanish conquistadors to enslave the entire Mayan population. With them went the Spanish Church, eager to save the souls of the poor Indians by all their well-tried methods of persuasion. This way, Spain could earn profit, land, and converts to Christianity. So began the wholesale destruction of idols, shrines, and Mayan literature, that only 3 Mayan books have survived. The Mayans fought the invaders for 20 years, but eventually succumbed. They were slaughtered during the battles with the Spaniards. This was truly the sunset of a people, culture, and civilization.